guys, and welcome back to a new episode. Today we will be looking at a budget Kinnan build. So everyone and their mum has probably seen Kinnan by now. It's a green and blue 2/2. Whenever you tap a non-land permanent for mana, add 1 mana of any type that permanent produced. So that's already pretty broken. And then 5 green blue, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a non-human from there onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. So this is one of the higher tier cards in existence in the format. So because everyone's running it at the highest power level, I thought let's run it at the lowest power level. Let's see if we can do that. So this deck has no mythics and no rares. So what we're looking to do in this deck, essentially with Kinnan, you just want to have lots of mana rocks and mana dorks to tap for double mana. So you've got Ornithopter of Paradise, Mind Stone, Guardian Idol, Arcane Signet for the artifacts. And there's loads of dorks. You've got Moraleaf Pixie, you've got Tangled Florahedron, which can also be played as a land, Paradise Druid. So you get the picture, lots of mana dorks. And because the high end isn't going to be as powerful because we're not running mythics and rares, I've had to find the next best thing. So I've got really cool stuff like Titanoth Rex, which is just a humongous beta, 9 mana, 11/11. Also, it has cycling built in, which is important because if you have this in your hand and you can't get out your hand any other way, cycling it just means you can draw another card that you might be able to cast. Yeah, you've got Arboretum Elemental, 9 mana, 7/5 with Convoke, so Convoke can help cast it out easier. Bookworm, 8 mana, 7/7. So you get the picture. It's just lots of huge creatures that costs over 7 mana, 6-7 mana. And yeah, let's see if we can get any games in. If you want to see the deck list, take a look in the description below. It will lead you to a link. And don't forget, guys, if you like what I'm doing with these budget videos, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see possibly more budget videos for high tier decks. Drop me a message as well, tell me that. And yeah, let's get into some games. Okay, so we go first against Freyalise, and Freyalise is a mono green elf deck which is very powerful. They can normally get out on turn 2 with the right mana dork. And as you can see, it is very powerful, being able to untap elves, searching for elves, and then conjuring a Regal Force to draw loads of cards. So Regal Force is a 6 mana 6/6, I think. Comes in, you draw a card for each creature you control. Pretty crazy when you consider that they can have lots of elves. Let's see if we can survive that long. Cool. So I would go for Kinnan first, but yeah, let's go for Kinnan anyway. Unfortunately, we don't actually have any mana rocks or mana dorks to double the ability, so they've managed to get one themselves. Okay, Arcane Signet's nice. Let's go for Gretchen here. So Gretchen's nice because well, it's a decent blocker 0/4, and also you can pay 4 to draw a card and put a land into play from your hand. Very nice ability there. So they can tap the Incubation Druid for 1, and then they can untap it with the Freyalise, and it gets a +1 counter. Actually, so now it taps for 3 mana, which is horrifying. Yeah, because if it has a counter, it taps for 3. So this is bad. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we're going to Neoform the Gretchen here. So sack it, search my deck for a creature that costs 1 more. I guess we could go for the Llanowar Visionary. And I'm going to pass a turn. And in their turn I might use the Frog Mystic to counter one of their spells. So interestingly, they didn't use the 3 mana before putting the counter on it. They would have had 6 mana from this. So yeah, instead that's going to cost them quite a bit there. So yeah, definitely want to counter the Vivian. Okay, so I've got an option here. We could attack in with both of these guys, and then if they choose to block, we put the Snakeskin Veil counter on something. So I think I'm ready to do this. They're probably going to try and block the Kinnan. Let's see if we can surprise them with this. Oh, they're going to go for that instead. So I'm still going to put the counter on it because I want to kill the Druid. So that takes them off quite a bit of mana. Also got the Garrett's Uprising to draw us a card. So yeah, the Freyleys are still alive at with one loyalty, but at least it's it can only really uptick now. Jasper Sentinel, Rishkar. Okay, so I think we've been very lucky this game because this is a tier 1 deck. I was asked in a previous video, how do I know a deck is tier 1? The answer is I don't really. It's kind of a gut feeling, to be perfectly honest with you. So let's go for a mutate. So if we mutate onto the, because we could tap something down here, maybe the Frilled Mystic. No, let's make something else larger here. And then this means we can tap down the Rishkar, and that won't untap. And then now we can attack Freyleys with 2 things, and they've only got 1 blocker. We beat a Freyleys deck. Awesome. It's pretty cool. Hi guys, just wanted to surprise you all with a weird random little thing inside my video. So I thought I'd show you guys because I finally unlocked it. So this is the Vault. I have mentioned this in one of my old videos on my channel. Check it out. It's somewhere, I actually don't know where it is, to be honest, so good luck finding it. So you unlock this vault every so often when you open enough boosters and you get enough, I don't know, gold and stuff. Just over time you get it. So if you're new to the game, this is a really cool way to unlock stuff. So as you can see, the vault progress finally hit 100% just after my last game, and it contains 1 mythic rare card, 2 rare wild cards, and 3 uncommon wild cards. So to explain what a wild card is, because one of my best friends was confused by this, a wild card can be spent on any card. It's not a specific card. So let's open it up. Boom. So 3 uncommons. This is any uncommons you want to unlock in the collection. 2 rares. Any rares you want to unlock in the collection. You just click on it and you unlock it. And 1 mythic. So it's a fantastic way to boost your collection. So yeah, I just thought I'd put this in between some videos to make you guys see just a little hidden feature. Because it's not like, you know, no one's really going to tell you about this feature if you've not played the game before. Alright then. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Moving on. Righty-ho, so now we're facing a Selvala Heart of the Wilds. They're going to be another mono green ramp deck. Our starting hand is lovely because we have the God hand with the Llanowar Elves, which is going to be very nice. So our deck doesn't have too many counter spells, but I do love Kindred Denial because it's an uncommon to start with, and you can counter a spell and get a card from your deck with the same mana as that, so it's really cool. So now we can go for Kinnan and Season of Growth. And Season of Growth is a really nice card because whenever a creature comes in, you scry 1, and scrying means that you kind of can rig the top card of your deck. And remember, Kinnan wants to look at the top card of your deck, doesn't he? So that's going to be really useful. I think what I want to do now is I don't have 2 blue, so I'm going to have to go for the Gyro Engineer. And yeah, I'll have the mana on top because that means that I'll have access to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana in the following turn. So that's an activation of Kinnan plus protection with Ranger's Guile, which could be really useful. So perfect timing here. We're going to protect Kinnan by giving him +1 hexproof. And because we target him with a spell, the Season of Growth also draws us a card and also wins you the game. It's actually a little bit of text at the bottom that you can't actually see. Okay, so opponent goes first with Sithis. I faced a lot of Sithis decks today, and I can guarantee to you they're not going to be commons and uncommons. Let's mulligan this. Starting hand is okay. We've got the Jasper Sentinel. The only issue is we don't have removal for the Sithis. So let's see if we can survive the onslaught of enchantments. I wish Sithis, if I was to balance this card, I'll put on it whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield on your control. Because casting is crazy. Exile creature and blue, green. So I go for Kinnan. And then I can go for Ceruli, Caretaker. And yeah, I'm going to use it incongruity. on Sithis in the following turn, given we have the right opportunity to do so. Oh, of course they have a thing. Loses all abilities and is a 0-1. Okay, sure thing. Let's get rid of their Sithis. And unbelievably, we've got 3 tap lands. So that's crazy. So that means I couldn't have left up 1 more mana for negate. So if they got 1 more mana, they can just recast the Sithis. So this Reprobation card is amazing. Lose all abilities. So it turns off my Kinnan for the duration of the game. It's pretty annoying, actually. We need to block with it and let it die, I guess. Or find a way to destroy it. Destroy the ring. It's a Tessin champion. Wow, that took him a while to decide the best play in the hand. Okay. So I guess if we block with Kinnan, we can get him back. Is this a cast trigger as well? See, this one says enchantment enters. This is a lot more fair. So by countering that, we might have taken off a land drop, which is nice. I'm going to cycle this because I feel like I'm not going to cast this very soon. And they're not attacking because they don't want me to block with Kinnan, which is lols, because I've basically saved some mana here. Oh, Raven form. So I'll save Raven form. Tell you what, let's exile Tessin champion. Why not? Why the heck not? And yes, we have got 5, 6, 7 mana. So we're almost at Bookworm level. Bookworm, the strongest uncommon known to man. When it ends battlefield, you gain 3 and draw a card. And you can pay 3 to put it from your graveyard into your library third from the top. This is lovely synergy with Kinnan. If you've got nothing else to do, you could put Kinnan in, you could activate this ability, put it into your deck, and then Kinnan will guaranteed to hit a creature. Which is just lovely, isn't it? Ooh, counterspell. Okay. So for some... Oh, I've got reach. Spicy. So they can't have an attack with a 1-1. I kind of want them to get a land here so I can counter... Oh, so they've got the land. So maybe we'd be a bit more patient and counter it next turn. Yeah, I'm happy to wait. Let's wait. Sithis, I think this is the hardest matchup. Sithis. Come on. You know you want to. Okay, fine. I'll counter that. I just don't want to waste my mana. We get a spell. Ooh, Quandrix Cultivator. That's quite nice. Archipelago galore. Let's do that then. That's a defender, so we don't want to do it on that. It's trample reach. So, target this, and we can tap down. 7/7. I'm going to tap the tap the 3/3 down, and then we can swing in. I mean, it's quite memey to do that, but also now I can't tap it for tapping on tap creature. Oh no, I can still tap Surely Caretaker. Seal away. What are they going to go for? Oh no. Why can't it tap itself? Oh, because it's a tap ability. Right, okay. So that's a huge screw up I just did there. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. That was very foolish. Growing Rights of Yatnamoc. Ah, they missed. They missed. Unbelievable. Sifter Worm it is then. What we got on top? Anything juicy? Don't want that. Oh, that could be good. So Primal Empathy is good for drawing us cards. I honestly don't think we have a chance, guys. Like, I don't know why they're not casting Sithis as well. I guess they want to cast Sithis in a turn that lets them do something else. Prison Realm, for goodness sake. Like, every card in the deck is just in removal. What an absolute pee-take. Okay, let's go for Quandrix Cultivator. I'm not very confident about this. I feel like they've got even more removal. And Primal Empathy it is then. Wow, it puts a land on the battlefield untapped. That's quite juicy. Okay, so Primal Empathy triggers on upkeep. You draw a card of your control creature with the greatest power. Otherwise, put a counter on a creature you control. Follows our retreat. Okay. Do they have a land? Of course they do. So now they're going to have the strongest creature. Pretty annoying. Yeah, they've really screwed us over with the old reprobation here, haven't they? So put a counter onto the Quandrix Cultivator. Don't know why they're looking at the Felidar Retreat. That's weird. I guess we can attack, can't we? If they want to trade one of their four, okay. Oh, that's really try-hardy, man. They just used a heroic intervention to kill a 4/5. I mean, okay. I mean, in a way that I'm happy about that because it means they don't have it later, but that kind of felt weird. Oh my goodness. The deck is just enchantments that say exile, remove, flip an egg. This is absolute pain. I don't know how anyone could enjoy facing Sithis. Neoform, so it's 7/8. I mean, do I even have a 9? 7, 8, 9. I could just be a baller and go for it. I'm going to die anyway, aren't I? Let's face it. I don't know what's in there. Ah, yes, I do have a 9. Fantastic. And yeah, go for a blocker. Sure, let's just play a whole hand out. So the Arboretum Elemental has hexproof, so that's pretty decent. Heliod, okay. So yeah, this is looking to be impossible. Oh, funnily enough, this is exactly how I lost in testing. It's just all the same stuff. 20 flying, sure. Cool, man. Enjoy winning with your net deck. Sure. Yeah, I'm not going to block this. I tell you what, should I block it? Okay, fine. We'll have one more turn. Sweet. They could have paid 2 to give it lifelink, but they didn't do that. Sure, why the hell not? So every turn, Primal Empathy has gone off. I've not drawn a card because they've managed to get bigger creatures than mine. What could we do? Let's see if we can get something back from our hand here. Guess Raven form. I could turn a Raven into a Raven, right? I mean, that would be interesting. So this Raven is about to get Ravened. I think at the power level. You just got Raven, boy. And yeah. Okay. So there's, once again, ramping the Raven up. Ramp that Raven up, boys. Oh, what else? What can I talk about? Because this, I'm so sorry about this gameplay, guys. Like, I want to have fun gameplay, and I don't know. What can I talk about? Anyone been watching the new Boba Fett series? It's pretty good. I'm not going to spoil it, don't worry if you haven't seen it. If you're a fan of the Mandalorian series, I highly recommend Boba Fett, especially episode 5 and 6. They're very good, as they say in the industry. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but Boba Fett's teeth are really jarring because he's meant to be this like grizzled bounty hunter, and he has like the most immaculate dentures. And obviously he's like in his 60s, the actor, so he's not going to have teeth that nice in reality. But yeah, it's just kind of jarring. You're watching him like walk around Tatooine, and he's got the most amazing teeth. It just doesn't look right. It looks like a doll. It's got a doll head. You look at this, they'll put another counter. Oh, they're going to let me draw a card with the Primal Empathy. Fair enough, fair enough. Unless they make something. Oh, see, that's a misplay. Oh, Mcu Film. I could kill this. I could kill that. Kill this. I could kill anything. This is glorious. I could turn the Heliod off. But then how do I deal with the flyer? That's the thing, isn't it? Oh, what would Jesus do? I don't really know what he would do. I mean, I've already turned a raven into a raven. That was one of my first miracles. So I could turn the Felidar Retreat off, and that would turn Heliod off. But killing the bird means I don't die as quick. I guess that's important, isn't it? I mean, they could just give a hexproof. No? Okay, sure. Why not? And I'll keep the dive down up, I guess. Anyway, back to Boba Fett. Yeah, it's a really cool show. The amount of production value they put into that is... I think it like rivals feature films. It looks a lot better than feature films, from the sheer amount of effort they put into it. Jon Favreau, who is one of the directors, I think, or creative producers or something, he's in charge of it all, I think. And he's a great actor too. If you don't know who he is, he plays Happy Hogan in the Spider-Man films. You know, he's Peter Parker's mentor. Now, you know, I almost had a spoiler there, but if you haven't seen Endgame at this point, then it's not my fault, I don't think. So draw a card. Ooh. I really want Kinnan to die. But it just ain't happening, is it? Sure. Just kill me, man. Just finish me. Finish me. I do wonder if some players enjoy the torment and the anguish that they infuse into their opponents. Like, I don't mind losing, but just like, at least just make me lose faster, because this is sheer torment. I haven't been able to use Kinnan the entire game because of the reprobation. Hiller's... What? Okay. Heliod's punishment on this thing. Okay. Coward, attack me. Do you know what? This, like, here's the thing, right? So their logic is, don't attack me because they don't want me to get Kinnan back. But they're giving me time. Oh, fine. Sure. What else can I talk about? Let's see. At this point, I could probably review the entire MCU, how long this person's taken. Jeez, man. They're gonna mill themselves out. Alright. Getting to know me a little bit. Okay, fine. Let's turn into Q&A. My favourite MCU film is... I think it's Winter Soldier. And let's try and justify that. I think... Well, firstly, Captain America is my favourite MCU hero. And I don't know, it's hard to explain. Maybe because he's just like the perfect kind of man you could be, in a way. He like idealizes truth and justice, as cheesy as that sounds. Like he's just a good man, and he does things for the right reasons. And the first two Captain America films, the first Captain America film was okay, and I didn't really like Civil War because that kind of felt like Avengers were hijacking that film. I think Winter Soldier was cool because it's just a really good espionage film. It has really good memorable scenes. You've got the elevator fight scene, you know, the iconic scene when all those agents go in and he's like, does anyone want to get out? And then they all get their asses handed to them. You've got the fantastic scene when Nick Fury's in that SUV and he's getting rammed by the Hydra agents. And, you know, that's, you know, peril. It's good to see peril. It's not often that you feel intensity when watching a Marvel film. I think that's why it resonated so much, because I love horror films, and I feel like a lot of the scenes in that, you could be considered horror because it's like, you know, outnumbered, surrounded by enemies. An unknown quantity of enemies as well. So there's a mystery level. You got the cool bridge sequence where, you know, Winter Soldier attacks them. You got the cool sequence where he, you know, Cap throws a shield at Winter Soldier and he grabs it without even recoiling. Well, at least this guy's getting to use the cards in his deck. I mean, if that's what he wants to do to be happy, then I guess I'm, you know, helping him reach that status of Zen. He probably could have won if he attacked me, but instead he's just choosing to flex. And this video has kind of become like this weird amalgamation of some horrendous thing. Why are you exiling this? Just get rid of my creatures. Okay. So yeah, Winter Soldier, that's my favourite MCU film. I think, yeah. A lot of people would go, oh, sure, not one of the Avengers films. Yeah, I think the Avengers films are great. Most of them. Infinity War, Endgame, really good. But they're kind of designed to be great, aren't they? That might sound weird. What I'm saying is, like, they're designed to be appealing to the most amount of people, and therefore they're like generically good. But I find joy in finding stuff that just, it takes a bit of work to kind of enjoy something. A bit of thinking, because Winter Soldier also has like the subtext of, you know, Big Brother, the government. What are the government doing to survey people? You know, because they were trying to find potential heroes to kill, weren't they? With that project, whatever it was called. It's actually quite a decent card to give them all -1 power. Yeah. So yeah, Winter Soldier, my favourite MCU film. So let's get to the worst MCU film. The worst MCU film I think I've seen is Thor: Dark World. I'm sure a lot of you would agree with me there. It's too much set on Earth. There's just questionable characters in it that I just don't really understand why they have to be in it so much. You kind of want to see more Thor, more of outer space. And it just didn't really go anywhere. Yeah, it introduced one of the stones in the form of the ether. The villain was played by Christopher Eccleston, who's normally like quite a good actor, but they just covered him with loads of prosthetics and elf makeup, and his motivations were just like, oh, I want the world to enter I want the universe to enter this state of darkness. And you think, why? You can't see shit in the dark. What's the point? You know, I don't see his intentions. Like, this is why Thanos is a great villain, because you can kind of see where he's coming from, right? The world is running out of resources. The planet, the galaxy, in their canon. So halving the universe's people kind of does make some kind of sense. So yeah, Thor 2 Dark World, I think is the worst film, because it just doesn't really resonate. It was all set, I think a lot of it was set in London as well, which just felt weird. I did recently watch Eternals, which there was moments in that film I thought, this is approaching the most terrible film, but then it does have some cool sequences at least, like the vistas and that, some really cool sweeping vistas. Somehow I'm still not dead. So yeah, guys, that's my review, the best and worst MCU films. Tell me in the comments below what your favourite MCU films are, or the worst, you know? I want to hear some controversial opinions there. Don't just say, I don't know. Okay, you're not allowed to say Infinity War and Endgame. If they are your favourite, that's fine, but just say the next one after that. And and we're still not dead. What else could we talk about? I don't really know anymore. I've kind of lost all meaning. Like, what is life, you know? Is life just waiting to die? This game feels like that. I'd probably be rather working than playing this guy right now. Tell you what, if I was playing this guy in real life, I would have just packed up and walked off. That's the thing about Arena. It allows people to be like dicks, essentially. Like, you know, I mean, okay, fine. The logic is I can quit. I get that. I do completely understand that. And if you're watching this far, then number one, you're either a mega fan, which I really do. Thank you. Thanks to all the fans that have come with me this far. And if you're not a fan and you've watched this far, then either I've attracted you with my critique on contemporary cinema and pop culture, or you're just an alien and maybe you think I'm weird enough to watch. Maybe there's some other options. Maybe you're feeling stressed and you think, oh, let's watch one of these videos to make me feel better. Maybe you're trying to fall asleep and the dullness of my voice is actually enough to sedate you, which I've been told by many people is a benefit of watching my videos. So I guess it's a form of ASMR. We could finally be dead here, you know. Trample vigilance. We'll trade with that. Well, I've got to say, it's been enjoyable, guys. I hope at least you've enjoyed my very unusual turn on the game. And it's not really been about the game anymore, is it? It's more about me. So, you know, it's a little nugget for anyone who's stuck with me this far. If you have, you know, if you like this kind of weird stuff, me talking about unassociated things, whilst I'm getting my ass handed to me, tell me in the comments as well, because that could be a niche that I go down. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Until next time, guys. If you enjoyed watching this video, why not try some of my other videos on my channel? And don't forget to support me by hitting the like and subscribe button for more content like this.